And it is time now for us to take a look at our Alaska news for this Wednesday morning, February 8th, 2017. And it is brought to you by Inland Petro Service, Inc. at 451-1905. If you're an Alaskan business, you know the importance of keeping your fuel dispensers working. From piping to tanks to having to know how to fix the mechanisms in the dispenser at 40 below, there's a lot that can go wrong with fuel during the winter. Well, even in summer, dealing with debris and water removal is no fun. And that's why you should call Inland Petro Service. From fuel additives to tank monitor systems, line leak tests to third-party inspections, no job is too big or too small. Even point-of-sale installation and service. Above and below, in or out, they do it all. Give them a call at 907-451-1905 or check out their website, inlandpetroservice.com. From Bettles to McCarthy, Northway to Beaver Creek, there's no place too far. Inland Petro Service knows Alaska. So let's take a look at some of our Alaska news. A Denny's restaurant in Anchorage was robbed at gunpoint on Monday morning. After having the employee take cash out of the drawer, the thieves then turned and robbed some of the customers as well. No one was injured. However, a shot was fired. Then it went into a seat there in that Denny's. That was one of 4 businesses that was targeted by thieves in the space of about 6 hours on Monday in Anchorage. Anchorage police say that the robbers and thieves are getting more and more bold. Skyler Lee apparently has escaped from a halfway house in Anchorage, and Anchorage police are asking for help in finding him. Lawmakers have reopened the battle over oil taxes. This is something that seems to be going back and forth now many years in a row. And the last bill that was passed by a predominantly Republican House. Now the House is in Democrat hands, and they're discussing it once again. The man who found the slain reality TV star testified at the Fairbanks murder trial this week. And Senator Sullivan is taking a new shot at breaking up the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. This is something that they've been trying to do for decades. As expected, the UAF faculty voted no confidence in President Jim Johnsen. And, as promised, Senator Murkowski voted against Secretary DeVos. She was confirmed after they had to bring in Vice President Mike Pence to break the tie. The Fairbanksans have asked the City Council to grant city sanctuary status. This is something that has been going on in a number of places around the country, where individual cities declare themselves sanctuary cities and basically protect illegal immigrants from federal prosecution. Mayor Matherly and the city attorney promised to look into it. Lawmakers right now in Juneau are saying that it's not likely that they're going to have their regular session wrapped up in the 90 days that the voters asked them to, but instead they're going to go to the 121-day constitutional limit. Also, Anchorage is likely to cut 99 full-time teachers, according to the latest budget put out by the Anchorage School District. A phone thief was arrested after we reported yesterday that a number of phones have been taken from a tech store. The third time it had been burglarized in the space of 6 months. Well, they got the fellow who did it, but he fought with police during the arrest. They said that he exhibited extraordinary strength, so they think he might have been on drugs at the time. The frozen Riverfest is back in the peninsula area. This time they're going to have ice. Last year it was not cold enough to have ice there. And it looks like if Senate Bill 3 passes, then the ferries will be able to keep on flushing their human waste into Alaskan waters. Right now they have an exemption. That exemption, however, expired at the beginning of last year, and if they don't renew the exemption, then they're going to have to redo all of the ferries. Lastly, if you'd like to see a new piece of essential Alaska gear, there is a portable, collapsible wood stove out there on the market, and the Alaska Dispatch News has a story on that. For more on any of these stories, remember I get a lot more detail and more stories for my subscribers. I email that 30-minute version directly to their inbox. So become a subscriber. You can also support me on Patreon. And thank you very much. Any news tip or something you'd like to hear me do a comment on, send me an email, steve@radiofreespeech.com. And remember to buy a subscription, radiofreespeech.com. Thanks.